Another story, international story, that's definitely something we want to cover, is the French Burkini story. I don't know if you've been following this, but this is something that jumped on my radar this morning. And actually, it's been on my radar for a little while, but I haven't covered it until now. And the reason I'm covering it now is because it really just kind of puts it. I'm putting some pictures on your screen now. It is a incident that took place today or last night. The French police cited a woman at the beach for wearing a burkini on Tuesday. And it was at the Promenade d'Anglais, the scene of last month's Bastille Day attack in Nice. So her ticket read that she was not wearing an outfit respecting good morals and secularism. Last week, the city barred clothing that over manifests adherence to a religion at a time when France and places of worship are the target of terrorist attacks. The law itself, one of the first iterations of the law, came into practice on, or was passed rather, April 11th, 2011. The fine is 150 French euro, or approximately 170 US dollars. And it was banned because it was argued that the face coverings contradict France's principles of vivre ensemble, or living together. And it's the quote, according to figures released by the Interior Ministry as of October, police made 1,623 stops since the ban came into effect and handed out 1,546 fines to a total of 908 women. Several of them were repeat offenders. One was fined individually 33 times. In 2013, a pregnant Muslim woman miscarried after two men attacked her and tried to remove her headscarf. All right, so let's talk about this a little bit. And I want to show another image on your screen. And I apologize to those who are listening via the radio show. You kind of have to see it to, or maybe not. Maybe you can understand just by hearing what was going on, how problematic this is. Because ultimately, in their attempts to live together, vivre ensemble, they are creating an environment that is intolerant to a religion, which brings back a concept, the difference between what we have here in the United States, which is freedom of religion, versus what they have in France, which is quite literally freedom from religion. Laicity, extreme secularism underpins modern French society. It's freedom from religion. Seeing someone in religious garb to them is imposing their religion on you. So not so much the freedom to worship and do whatever you want to do. It's, I have to see you in a burqa. I have to see you in traditional Muslim or Arabic garb, and I feel like it is it's infringing on my right as a French secularist to live without your religion. In the United States, we have freedom of religion, which basically asserts that we all have the right to worship whatever we want to worship, or worship nothing at all. But we've come to a pretty wide consensus that means that in the public square, we're all free to demonstrate our religion so long as it doesn't infringe on someone else's individual rights. In other words, in France, it's looked down upon on you wearing traditional religious garb because, oh my God, I have to see you wear your religious garb. Here in the United States, it's when you try to impose your religious beliefs on us where we're like, hold up, there's a problem. And therein lies a problem, right? So if we're imposing our religion, meaning we're trying to come into your space, into your world, and force you to conform to our religious practices, which a lot of people in America still try to do, right? That's where we separate ourselves, and we say that now you're violating that freedom of religion. But it's uniquely different. But the difference in France, I believe, is that it's focusing like with a laser-like focus on Islam. The reason I say that is because on your screen, I'm pulling up now an image of nuns in France on the beach, dressed in their, well, I forgot what it's called. What are the nuns' outfits called again? I forgot. I'm so disconnected from religion right now. I couldn't tell you what this is called, but they're dressed in their religious garb. So my problem is, if this is all about French secularism, then why the emphasis and the attention on Muslims? Because if it's, and not a similar emphasis on every religion. Because if it's really about secularism, then it should be across the board against all faiths. But the reality of it is that it's not just about secularism. It's an intense laser-like focus, again, like I said, on Islam. Now, the French people ultimately, they're French. We can no more tell them what to do than they can tell us what to do. But the idea that this is okay is something that I've seen sneak up in America from people who want that style of secularism. And I have no problem as a Christian with secularism in the context that we have it here in the United States, because we should all be able to have and express our religious values or our non-religious, our faith or our no faith, without someone infringing on our ability to express it, so long as what we're expressing does not infringe on your rights. And I think the thing that bothers me the most, and I've said it already, but I have to say it again, they feel like if I see you doing your religious activity, then you're infringing on my rights. And to me, that's directly correlated with, it may not be apples to apples, but damn it, I'm going to say it anyway. It's just like the bigots who see someone in LGBT couple in public with a public display of affection. All of a sudden, they're like, oh, you're violating my rights. No, I'm not violating your rights. I have the right to be free in the public space just like you can. If you have the right to be non-religious, I have the right to be religious, and we can ride on the train by each other. If you have the right to be heterosexual and kiss your spouse or kiss your girlfriend, I should have the same right to kiss my boyfriend and sit on the train next to you, and we all go to our destination and everybody just keeps on with their life. But this concept that if I have to see it, that means it's infringing on my rights. That's not I hate to even use the word progressive in this sense, because I don't want to belittle a basic fundamental decency principle and say that it's and align it with a political ideology, right? It is a progressive concept, but I think it's more of decency and decent humanity to be able to allow someone to have their space to exist without you feeling like my presence itself. I mean, literally, it's like, can I not sit on a bus next to you, right? We can go even further back, right? We can go back to civil rights. Like, can I sit and can I drink from the same water fountain from you? Or is my presence here that disturbing to you that now you feel like simply because I'm here and I'm wearing my burqa that I have violated you? And it boils down to something very, very, very simple. If you feel like a woman should be free not to be forced to wear something, if you feel like a woman should be free from religion and not have to be forced by a religion to wear something, then you should likewise feel equally as passionate about a woman not being forced to not wear something. It's the same exact thing. It's about this compulsion and the control that, I mean, look at the image. You have 4 French male police officers forcing a woman to undress, controlling her body, controlling her decisions to wear what she wants to wear. And you actually have some people in the United States co-signing this idiocy. And they co-sign it. Here's the rub, right? They co-sign it underneath the auspices that they think that this is somehow a more progressive society. And some of the same people who complain about the regressive left and say that, we're getting so far gone with social justice warriors that we become the regressive left. Some of those same people are celebrating this. So tell me, how much more regressive is it for people to dictate what you can wear because they don't feel comfortable with your religion? That is the quintessential example of regressive left. I don't know if there's anything else to say about that for right now. We'll leave it there. Of course, I do want your input